Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, brothers and sisters. I just wanted to record this quick demo to demonstrate what an actual session inside of Vane looks like. And so after you log in, you'll be directed to your dashboard, where it holds all of your stats, your progress, or displays your stats and progress, I should say. And this is exactly how it will look like, the user interface. So you would just go to the library here. All of your action items, what you do for that day, will be inside of this block and this button. So at this point, we would go to the library to choose a book. From the library, these are the shelves: Aqidah, Fiqh, Sciences of Hadith, Manhaj. And since this is the latest one we recently updated, we'll do Family Life. Here is Marriage. And this is the faults of the husbands and the faults of the wives. Inshallah, there'll be more, but we'll just, for the purposes of this demo, we'll do faults of the husbands. And a very, very important matter that the scholars always highlight is a failure of the husband when he approaches his wife during intimacy, that most of us fail to say this dua. And because of this failure or this forgetfulness, we expose our children to great danger. We don't allow them any protection. We don't impart upon them or recite for them what will protect them in their dunya and akhirah. And we'll come to this in a moment. So as you can see here, every deck has an introductory or intro card. And this just lets you know who the author is or who the sheikh explaining the book or matter is, with the purpose, as well as the key topics or the subjects within this particular deck. So within this card of 32 decks here, these are the subject matters that will entail. And so as you can see here, there are no cards. This is done by design so that you don't hop from one deck to the next. But to activate this card or this deck, you would simply come to this button here, set as main book. This would then become the primary book. It would then activate the deck and give you access to the first batch of cards for you to study. So we'll click that and do that now. And this is just telling me, are you going to switch primary books? Yes. So as you can see, it's already activated, and the first few cards, the first batch has already been made accessible. And to come to the point, yes, we'll explain more what these grading buttons are. Again, hard, good, easy. We'll come to that. But this is the dua that so many Muslim men neglect when they approach their wives. So before intercourse, the scholars, the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ is that he taught the men, and this is specific to the men, but if the women say it also, it isn't wrong. It will still, inshallah, the dua will still be fulfilled. But the Prophet ﷺ taught the men to say this dua when they approach their wives. Bismillah, Allahumma janibna shaitan, wa jannib shaitana ma razaqtana. So this dua here, as you can see, it says complete the dua. So it's demanding from you active recall. So if you don't know it, you would do it a couple of times, and then by the third or fourth time, you would have memorized it, and then you would be able to recall what the rest of the dua is, and thereby memorizing it. So you see it has the full dua here in Arabic, as well as the translation in the name of Allah. O Allah, keep the devil away from us, and keep the devil, shaitan, away from what you have granted us. And as I mentioned, this is specific to the husbands, as Sheikh Fawzan Hafidhullah mentions, but it's okay if the women say it as well. And this is to be said with yaqeen, with conviction, and this is not to be like a test, like, oh, let's see if Allah is going to protect our child if we say this, as Sheikh Uthaymeen gives in his explanation. Sheikh Uthaymeen, rahimahullah, he also mentions that if you notice the dua, oh Allah, keep the devil away from us. This is for the couple. This is for the wife and the husband themselves. And then keep the devil away from what they have granted us. This is for the child. And as Ibn Hajar, as it mentions here, the explanation, it means that the devil will not harm that child in a way that enables him to cause him harm in his religion and his body. And other scholars mention that one of the reasons for the great deviance and misguidance of so many of our children is because of the negligence of the parents with this dua. So if I were to click hard, it would just show it would just put this card at the end of the queue, but we're going to click good and go to the next one. So clicking good will put it in the review engine, so it'll show me that again tomorrow and then space it out accordingly. So I just completed the first batch of cards, and it automatically brings me back to the dashboard, and it lets me know if I want to adjust the new card limit to something beyond 20. You can also make it unlimited, but we leave it at 20 so no one feels overwhelmed, though you can make it unlimited and just go through the entire deck in a single setting. And so you can see here, it also says come back tomorrow for new cards and review. So everything I reviewed, or everything I studied today will come back tomorrow in the form of review. And so the spaced repetition, the interval review system, it will do all of the cards in this manner, run it through the terminal review engine so that nothing that I review today will be forgotten in a month from now. And that, very simply, is a quick and easy session inside of Vane.